All right, live on a Tuesday night, possibly off to a slow start. So maybe I'll do the distraction thingy and mess around with horsies. Okay, Red Dead Redemption 2. And see what happens. Meantime, take a sip of my drink. Hi, Greg. How you doing? Easing into another week of streaming. All right. Skewer that there cherry. Stir that there drink. And let us see what is happening. Yeah, well, it's Red Dead loading with the shotgun noise. There's always a test. Playing it on the laptop and trying to stream is a bit of a challenge, but we'll see how I go, and also see if I remember the keyboard shortcuts. Because I've been playing different games. Started playing Borderlands 3 again, this time on the PC. Played a bit of it on the PlayStation when it first came out. And then I guess, I don't know, got distracted. I got free the PC, so I thought, why not? Wait. Oh. No? Oh, yeah. I thought I did it right. Okay. Okay, this is acting weird. Okay, you know, I think I'm having internet troubles again. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Oh, God, you know what I should do? Go back to the last one I saved, actually. Load a game. Autosave, goodbye, dear friend. Huh. Did I not save in all that time? I've got shit bloody honor now. Oh, fuck it. All right, what were we going to do? Maybe go and help rains fall. All right. Where's my Fergan hearse? Wait, oh, there. Okay, I wonder where the little heads up display was. Oh, it was. I don't remember the shortcut to whistle for my horse. There's my horse. Hey, Mega Leech, how's it going? Just gonna noodle around a bit on Red Dead for a while as a warm-up, see what happens. Horsey, let's go. All right, let's... Where are the horse cores? Where are my cores? I don't know if I should be taking anything. Riding up into the mountains to see rains fall. For what is, if I remember rightly, a bit of a depressing mission. You know, yeah, go and get depressed on a Tuesday evening. Oh, Jesus, we're on a really difficult trail. I almost feel like I should autopilot this. Go on. We almost went off a cliff. All right, come on. I'm now slightly regretting not doing this in cinematic. You know what? Also, slightly regretting not having more volume. Which one makes volume more on this thing Dr. Abigail set up for me? That? Maybe?
That horse looks like a fine traveling companion. Thanks.
People like my horse. They paid a lot of money for it. So, okay, it's going to get dark. It's really fucking hard to play on this laptop when the game's dark. Ooh, what's this? And I've got a $105 bounty for some friggin' reason. Whose camp is this? Anyone here? This is all a bit creepy. Can I sit by the fire? Rest by the fire. Oh, I can't sleep. I can only craft or leave. I was hoping to sleep till morning. So whoever's camp this is has gone walkabout and just left their camp. Okay, then I guess. Can I camp? Because I want to camp because I hate this game at night. Not actually on the PC, it's fine. It's just something with this friggin' laptop screen. Let's just sleep till morning. 10 hours. That'd be a good night's sleep. Arthur should be very refreshed, apart from, the late stage tuberculosis he's dying from. All right. Ah, that boosted your Deadeye too. Okay. Double win. Tear down our camp. And there's our horsey. All right, horsey. We were going to see. Okay, that's something hostile. What's hostile? Is it a wild animal? We're kind of in wild animal territory. All right, I'm just gonna get a shotgun out because I'm in hostile territory. It's gonna be like a bear or a fucking cougar or something. Want something with some topping power. Oh wait, could that be bounty hunters? Because I have a little bit of a bounty. Maybe it's bounty hunters. And I should just go away from whatever that threatening aura is. And pretend I have not a care in the world. All right. Alrighty, let's see. Okay, I think I'm just gonna pass a rando. I think I won't draw a gun on him. In a friend to strangers, even stealing their hat. Because that's why I got the bound last time. Started as an innocent hat liberation, and it all went tits up. And I would just like to say I don't think that was my fault. Because I think that guy should have just given me his hat. Hey, Strictly Sega. How you doing? Here we are in Wapiti. Oh, is that where Rain's Fall actually is? He's here at the res. Okay. All right. Go very slowly through the camp. Okay. What's that? A friggin' chicken on amphetamines. Oh, nice. Strictly Sega made $700 backing up some tapes. Nice. All right, let's go into the tent and say hello to Rain's Fall.
You don't sound very well. Nah. I think I'm dying. And I hope you find peace.
Archaeology for beginners. Okay.
Not. Did you have fun with my son named Petrus Prince? I believe you went on a raid with him. I'm sorry. I suppose I'm not the grandeur of a conventional king. No, too many kings. Colonel Favors. He's already
Colonel Favors. What a name.
revenge for the raid. 2 women were assaulted by his men.
Oh dear. Oh god, Strictly Sega. One of their tapes was a baby making tape. Damn.
Sometimes the correct path. The bravest path is the strongest. And also the gentlest. I'm a great disappointment to my son. Your son seems to want a war. My son thinks there is glory in death. Maybe he's right.
Well,
But for me,
I hate to break it to you, mate, but with the benefit of hindsight, no course of action was going to work for you.
I never could equate it with victory. Glory has come in service.
Well,
Maybe not, I don't know. I've killed a lot of people.
but you've got a very big beard, Arthur. The beard excuses a lot.
Your friend, Mr. Vanderlyn. He talks a lot. I don't know him, but my son is easily led.
Yeah, Mr. Vanderlin's a piece of shit.
Perhaps we could go for a ride. I'm an old man.
All right,
My whole life.
let's go for a road, bro. Ride?
I ain't doing something. And maybe you can take pity on my plight. Please. It won't take long. Maybe I can help you with that cough. Glad I caught you, sir.
Biggie horse.
Monroe, you know my friend, Mr. Morgan.
No, sir. I don't have the pleasure.
Arthur Morgan.
It's an honor, sir.
How can I help you, Captain?
I was just in Saint Denis. I spoke with the mayor. It's not good news, I'm afraid. May I ride with you for a little?
Of course.
All right, this one's the good guy.
So where are we going? I want to show you a sight up in the mountains that's long been sacred to me. A place
All right.
for reflection and healing.
All right, we're going to go meditate, maybe.
What is this news, Captain Monroe?
Yes, sir. As I mentioned, I did speak again with the mayor and the
Nothing good happens in Saint Denis.
but regrettably, it is the oil company's already received approval to move forward with drilling on the reservation's land.
I supposed as much. So what does
Well, I'll do you the small mercy. I will go fuck up the oil company at some point. Doesn't actually help you, but you know, we'll fuck them up.
Mr. Morgan, did you have time to help me at all? I would rather certain actions were taken by friends outside the tribe. Any assistance?
Hell yeah, we'll do it.
I can help.
That's good news.
Of course, we'll do it.
Thank you. Come meet me on the reservation whenever you can.
Alrighty. We'll do some good. Strictly say your internet going up. I don't think mine went up, although I'm not sure. I know it's been a bit flaky at the moment, I'll say that. Alrighty. Off he goes. With his big chunky horse. Thick with the double C. Oh, herbs would be good. You know, give a dying man some herbs.
See the wolves over there feasting on that horse? I'm telling you, they're both all around us. And so often we're unable to see past our own grievances.
Ooh, deep philosophy.
My son,
It's not working. Your son just likes fucking things up. Oh no! He said there was no need to harm them. I honestly didn't mean to. My steering just went off.
it's a beautiful night ahead if you need some time to think. So, we don't know each other too well, but
Okay, this game is twitching out a bit.
I wanted to speak to you about your son. I was there on the raid to steal back those horses, and, well, you know something of Dutch, I think. Yes, a little. Mostly from your friend Charles. I don't know why Dutch is getting involved in your situation. This ain't easy to say, but I just don't trust him. Sorry, hold up a moment. That'll have to wait. Some of the practical people will be going down here.
Okay. Gonna go and get stuff that I've already got, I'm sure.
This is what I was looking for. English race.
English mace. That's actually new.
Okay, let's continue on. Anyway, we're saying, I just don't trust that he's got your son's best interests in mind. So what can you do? I don't really know. I just thought you should be aware. Maybe there's a way to stop things from getting any more out of control. So, you were saying? Let me give this some thought. Things that bad on the reservation? Yes. This conflict with favors and his regiment at Fort Wallace continues to worsen. Many of the elders are sick, and the young feel that any compromise is an admittance of defeat. Well, we ain't done much to calm the situation, but I have to continue to seek to resolve matters through peaceful negotiation. War would be futile. Your people are lucky to have me. I'm not so sure about that.
Difficult situation, mate, and I can actually assure you you're fucked either way. You choose peace or war, and the soldiers are going to kill you either way. Okay, ginseng, I know. Okay, his horse no longer likes me. Steering is fucked. All right, got some ginseng.
Wait there. I'll put these in the saddlebag.
Okay. All right. Okay.
All right, let's go. It's not much further now.
Thanks for the tip, dude.
I appreciate the herbs, but I think it's going to take more than that. I saw a doctor, and he says I'm in a pretty bad way. I'm sorry to hear that. This situation we're in, me, Dutch, and the others, I
Yep.
don't know how long I got.
It's not good.
Some of them, they still got a chance to have a life. I'm just thinking, if I could give them that, then maybe this ain't all for nothing. I think there is much you can still do, Mr. Wood.
Yeah, probably is. God, this is a dodgy friggin' trail. Come on, we can do it. All right. Looking at the countryside. It is pretty. Go on. Are we almost there? You ride very slowly. I would normally ride quicker than this. And like this laptop, I paid extra for this laptop to be able to run a game, but it still only runs the game at like, I don't know, not much more than half size for the screen. And the fan just goes so fast to cool it down. Oh no, the soldiers destroyed your holy site. I told you they were pricks. I told you.
Someone who wanted to enrage you. Help me look around, please. The temple bus car.
Okay. Clues. Right, here's a clue. Whiskey bottle. Anyone who drinks whiskey is evil.
There's some whiskey here.
Place a piece, yeah. The guys who did it were complete dickholes. Now, where was our other things? Over here. Arthur and his tracking abilities. A flask. What reason would they have? They're dicks, mate. That's their reason. They're dicks. Ooh, they actually left some moonshine. Well, after criticizing him for drinking, I'll take some of their hooch for later.
They drank all that. They couldn't have gotten too far. Still no sign of the Chinook.
All right. We want the chanupa. Who's over here, apparently? Smoke. But I found a clue. Are you saying, oh God, you shitting on my clue? Where'd you go, man? Yes.
Mr. Morgan, there's someone down there.
Sure is.
Do you have any binoculars?
These brave men. Some of Colonel Favor's men. They must have been the ones who did this.
Yep.
Are you surprised this happened?
Not at all.
I'll go fuck him up.
Well, you got land they want. Land with oil.
You were this year.
Yep.
Everything we had. I signed 3 treaties myself, and it broken each one.
Yep. That's how it goes, bro.
Now they've taken the last one. Now my people are going to want a war.
Yep, they are.
War they can't win.
Yeah, there's also a peace they can't win. That's the way this shit goes.
Get it back.
Get it back.
Yeah, I'm gonna go in and get your channel, but no one will be any the wiser.
Would you do that?
Sure, I would.
Well, you can't go, they know why you come.
I'm a fucking cool dude. I'll do it.
Don't have any money.
Nah, I don't need your money.
I really don't, because A, I have some, and B, I'm gonna die.
Never a secret item. But
Try not to hurt anyone. They're all douchebags,
They
mate.
never even know I'm there, but actions don't always go the way you plan.
Alright. Gotta go down to their camp. Are they down here? Alright. Horse will follow me. I'll walk back up here. I think what's it here? Alright, come on. Cool. Poppy 2. We have to sneak into this camp at night, maybe. Whoop. Right. Let us go then, you and I. Search the camp. What are you all doing? Okay. Jesus, maybe I should wait for nightfall. Forget this mission. They got Indians in Canada. God, Indians and French in Canada. Wonder, because there's no way I can sneak in there. They're just gonna fucking see me. Surely I can't sneak in. Right, he's looking over there. That guy's looking over here. Come on.
I think you saw someone.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You didn't see anyone. No, you didn't. Camp? No, I can't camp till night. God damn it. Rainsfall doesn't want me to kill anyone. Make my life easier if I just went and fucking wiped them all out. I think you're supposed to be able to do this thing by stealth, but if I know how. That guy's off looking for me. Wonder if hog tying them counts as violence. He's fucked off anyway, so maybe I can sneak over here. This is a very hostile space. Wait, did they all go off looking for me? Why they all went off looking for me? Yeah. Right, well, I guess stealthy's done. Yep. All right. No stealth for this mission. Rainsfall's going to be really upset because I fucking wiped everyone out. You know what? It was too stressful. There's still someone. Where's the shit that I'm supposed to find? There's shit here somewhere that I'm meant to find. And I don't know where it is. I think there's still a soldier around somewhere. What's this? Where's there shit to find? Ugh, so annoying. Health cure. Oh Jesus! Speaking of health, my health core is fucked. Eat some beans. Oh wait, that's what I'm looking for. Okay, like it was seriously out in the open. Holy crap! If I'd have known that, I might not have murdered all those guys. Poison arrow pepper. Ooh, jewelry. What sort of jewelry do soldiers have? All right. Hey, look, he dropped a hat. What was I missing? A hat. And it's probably got a bullet hole in it because I shot him through the head. That's a nice hat. All right. I'll go back and see Rains Fall and say, that went fine. In retrospect, I'm slightly embarrassed that the stuff I was looking for was out in the open. And hi, Dr. Abigail, by the way. Say hi. I'm just going to go talk to Rains Fall and then talk to you all. I was going to say, did you hurt anyone? Well, there was some unpleasantness. But in retrospect, I'm embarrassed at the fact the stuff was actually out in the open. Because the sort of thing on YouTube, he gives you something rare if you don't kill anyone. But I fucking killed people. He's got great philosophy, this guy. I like him. Even sacred things are just things. My God, look at that beard. That beard is just magnificent.
I should not have let you do this for me. But perhaps it will stop a bigger mess.
Maybe.
Maybe I can calm my
I'd go back to a big town and buy some more hair growth serum to make my beard even bigger. Because that hasn't really told me my beard can't grow anymore.
Take those herbs I gave you, please. And most of all, I hope you can find peace within yourself.
All right. Arthur's got a big hat and a big beard. What more does someone need? Oh.
Not so long ago, I would have found weak and pathetic
One of Arthur's ruminations.
was. Thoughtful and sensible. Now I love to help.
He's a changed man.
Stop Dutch pushing his son to do something real stupid.
Dutch is going to push his son to do something real stupid. That's just the way it is, Arthur. Where's my horse fucked off to? Oh, it's over there. Okay. What's that? Peking ducks. Oh, they're fishing. That's cool. Some ducks. Anyway, all right. Come on. Let's stop that. All right. You know what? I should shut the game off because the fan is just, ugh. Quit. Yes. There we go. The fan should calm down now. The big beard thing. I don't go in for beards that big, just purely in the video game side of things. I like Arthur's beard being that big. Now, I was thinking of making an old-fashioned here on Daiquiri Day. Maybe. I think the fan will calm down now. I've shut it down. Dr. Abigail, I literally have a beard because I got bored with shaving and I just trim it every now and then. It is interesting. Mrs. Angry said prior to me she never thought she'd go for someone who had a beard, but she put up with my beard and here we are. So, think I want to make an old fashioned. And not my bottled one. I don't want to make one. Because that's the way it is. All right. So I need to choose a whiskey. Because I want a whiskey, old fashioned. Or maybe a spicy tequila old fashioned, just to be super fucking wacky. So I get your Freedom Day is Friday. I mean, personally, I wouldn't. I'd just go to bed as normal and get up the next day. Yes, I don't grow much hair up here, but I do shave here and the neck. I feel like the beard all the way down here would be annoying to me because I've never done it. So, all right. I don't know what I'll do. Oh, so there's the chili liqueur. Añejo tequila. And where's my agave syrup? That's the syrup I should use. Oh, it's right there. Go agave. Bitters. I'll just use Angostura. Okay. And I'll do a bit of orange as well. All right. So. We're about, bumping. I'm actually very bad at keeping the beard even. Just got to trust to luck mostly. And yes, I do occasionally, man, it's got really oaky notes. Very nice. So, tequila. Little bit of agave nectar. A bit of agave. Little bit of chili liqueur. Only a little bit because this stuff is actually quite potent. The old anchovies. And some bitters. No Safa. The only after effects I got from the booster was, sore arm where the injection was, and fatigue for about a day. Other than that, plain sailing. Right. Peeling a bit of orange. The ridiculous thing. That's where it is. That's what I've been looking for. God damn it. All right, I'm going to carve some of the pith off this. I'm taking the pith, as the saying goes. And it's a whole thing. Justin, no idea what the price of petrol at Costco is. I don't think while I was a Costco member for a very long time, and Costco out at Moorabbin, which is probably my most convenient Costco, did have petrol. I don't know that I ever bought petrol from there because it was too much of a hassle and not really that much cheaper than a lot of other places. Okay. Orange peel. Put the orange peel in. Because this might have worked with lemon as well, actually. So strictly, you notice when you had the beard, sideburns coming out like two little mini afros. Yeah, it's a bit weird. Well, that's where an electric trimmer for the sides could be a thing. Interesting thing, Safa. Did COVID feel like spikes inside my body? No. Throat was a bit scratchy, was one of the symptoms. Fever for a day or so was a symptom. Congestion was my main one. Hellion, hello, Kirsten. How are you this fine day? Yes, strict Sega. The sides and electric trimmer is a good one. Yes, happy Daiquiri Day, which I'm marking by having a spicy tequila old fashioned. God, that's good. Man, this is like honey. This añejo tequila is like honey. I mean, I did put agave syrup in there too, probably slightly more than I should have. So this is 1800. This is actually, I think this is made by Jose Cuervo, which is not a very sort of respected brand. Did they mention from Jalisco, imported by? No, they don't actually say, but I think this is made by one of the mass production brands like Jose Cuervo. Kirsten, your COVID, you're feeling fairly good considering? Well, that's good. Justin, that's the thing that happens. Some people get COVID and don't go for tests. They're too sick to leave the house. It's a catch-22. But yeah, I am ever so thankful I didn't get serious illness out of it. Just felt bleh for a week. So, pretty lucky, all things considered. That is tasty. Now, I might make a special daiquiri or two after this. Oh, just that little bit of the chili liqueur I put in. It's just there's like chili burn at the back of my throat. So if you like that sort of thing, if you like chili, this is the drink for you because this is fucking serious chili in this. I just put a tiny bit in and I've got this real residual chili burn in the back of my throat. Very different to the alcohol burn you get from the tequila. Justin, you are probably right. Some people avoid formal testing, so in their mind they don't have to quarantine, which is shit. Dr. Gable, community health service in your neighborhood come to your door for testing. Well, that's nice. Yeah, and yeah, it's in a few of the housing commission things doing routine testing for residents, which is a good thing. So if you didn't feel blood, just aches, scratchy throat, mostly fine. Yeah, and for the overwhelming majority of people, that's what COVID is. You just get the unfortunate, more serious illnesses, which obviously get much more serious up to the point of death. I did read an article this week that suggested, and even in some young people, when they didn't have particularly serious illness, they still end up with long COVID, namely like cold symptoms, aches and pains, chronic fatigue and whatnot that doesn't go away for months. Oh, there's a hot tip. Cheap office chair for sale. Pick up from Fitzroy, slightly used, minor scratches. Any interest? Yeah, I mean, Safa, there's the thing. A sheer coincidence that you got them both in the same week. What am I? I think I'm only... It's only 1 week. Yeah, it's only 1 week ago I got my booster, I think. I think the suggestion is they reach full efficacy or greater efficacy after 2 weeks. So we shall see how I go. Strictly Sega, family show. You know, talk about sex in office chairs. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. I think I just like putting my cherry in things. I am going to make at least one daiquiri, and I think I'll put very non-traditional garnish in it because I want my cherry to absorb more flavor from different drinks and the orange peel too, for that matter. Mrs. Angry can use it tomorrow in her hot chocolate. Get that slight echo of booziness from the orange peel that is absorbed a bit. I don't drink tequila that often. Then every now and then I make a tequila cocktail. It's really good. And I go, it's kind of weird that I don't drink tequila more often. there's the real story. The office chair for sale, mostly used by a giant cat. But yes, your very therapeutic actual chair. Oh. That's interesting, Justin. You think you got exposed to COVID 2 weeks after your first shot? When you got sick, you didn't? That's the way it goes. No, I didn't do a rat because that's not the rules. It's basically if you don't have any symptoms, Bob's your uncle. And I didn't have any symptoms. So, I think, yes, that's like as an apocalypse zombie movie, Wormwood, if I remember rightly. Aussie movie, yes. If I remember rightly, it's okay. Oh yeah, they're brothers, aren't they? They do like genre films, and they're actually pretty good at it. I haven't seen Necrotronic, but I feel like they've made a few films, and I believe that's the summary, fun and silly, of most of what they do. Very good question, Dr. Abigail. Zombie Western. We did have a zombie alien movie, which was actually kind of okay and funny and silly. Cowboys and Aliens had what's his name? James Bond. Daniel Craig was the lead in Cowboys and Aliens. That was a kind of interesting and fun film. So there has been an alien sci-fi cowboy movie. No, it didn't have zombies. It had aliens. That's what I'm saying. I can't think of a cowboy zombie movie. But I was just saying it's a cowboy sci-fi movie. I mean, on the internet, we could search and, they had a zombie DLC for Red Dead Redemption. There is actually a movie that's just called Cowboy Zombies from 2013. And it also seems to have been repackaged as Walking Dead in the West, A New Frontier of Fear. Deadwood with Zombies. Let's get a synopsis, shall we? Ooh, on Internet Movie Database, it's got 2.4 out of 10. Hot damn. Stars Jared Anderson, Greg Bronson, Kira Crouch. So big name stars. 88 minutes. They couldn't even make a 90-minute runtime. I was going like, explore more of these other movies, Blood in the Water, Outlaw Essentials. Movie called I Am Not a Serial Killer. Okay, you're automatically going to be suspicious of someone who says, I'm not a serial killer. It's like, I didn't ask you. No reviews on Rotten Tomatoes. Internet Movie Database is 3.1 out of 10. So it is not generally well regarded. I'm shocked. And Rotten Tomatoes, okay, I think it was like a straight to video release. There's no reviews of it, according to Rotten Tomatoes. So I think the short version is not good. Undead or Alive got 5.1. Well, there you go. Oh, Strictly Sega Reanimator was hilarious. This is a weird, schlocky, late 80s, early 90s slasher film about a mad scientist who's reanimating dead bodies. So, yeah, I mean, lots of scope for cowboy zombies. Like some scumbags do a massacre of indigenous people and they're cursed. And so the dead rise for revenge type thing. Oh, God, Strictly Sega. That's a wild one. Bowie and the Hunger. That is... Bowie just made a couple of really trippy films, like The Man Who Fell to Earth and The Hunger. Was it with Catherine Deneuve? With their sexy Eurotrash vampires? All right. Here's the thing. Sorry, I'm going to rinse my jigger out because it's time for some experimentation, basically. Okay. What we have here is some experiments, and I need to experiment a little bit more with them. Okay. Let's see. Jeffrey Combs did a lot of stuff. So he's a lot of Star Trek characters. The Andorian Shran and Enterprise. Wayun on DS9. Yeah, he actually did heaps of stuff. Okay, experiment time. This stuff, Bulletproof Spirit. This is an unaged white cane spirit, so unaged white rum. 153 proof, 76.5% alcohol. And what I did, I split it in half. I made a coconut syrup and banana syrup, and then it's called macerating, soaking the banana peel and the syrup in some, so you can see it's colored, and the coconut and sugar in this one. And then I ran them through a coffee filter so they're nice and clear. But they're still very strong. They're diluted from that 76%, but they're still quite strong. Now I had a shot glass. So I'm going to experiment a little, add a little water to them, because I'm trying to reduce the alcohol burn. I just want the flavor. So maybe get about 60 mils of water. All right. I'm going to dilute it with a little bit of water. Dr. Abigail, I will be putting lime in the coconut because I will make a daiquiri with it. All right, so I'm going to put a little bit of water in there, just 60 mils of water in there. So I don't want to make it too weak, but I want to take off some of the alcohol burn. Mix that. Oh, it's really neat. You can see the more viscous stuff in there. Just got to mix it through so it's not visible anymore. Right. I was thinking I might add up to 100 mils of water, but I'll add a little bit less at first. Okay. Okay, how's that? That is actually, oof, it's very warm going down. I'm going to put a bit more water in because I want it to be like a liqueur, not a spirit. All right, a little bit more water. Get it all thoroughly mixed in. It's a fun bottle, this one. The drink that was in it was a bit disappointing. It was a flavored whiskey. I think chocolate from memory. It was quite disappointing. Kept the bottle though. It's fun. Yes, is there something I can take to relieve the bellyache? We all know the song. What's this? That is now pretty good. That is pretty good. Still quite warm. It's probably still 50% alcohol. It's probably at least 50% alcohol. Ugh. All right. Same dealio with the coconut one. Put some Wasser in there. Blend that in a very scientific way. Now, have a little taste of that. It's quite viscous. Ooh, yep, that's actually pretty good. Okay, so now, because it's Daiquiri Day, I think I'm going to improvise a Okay. So bog standard daiquiri recipe: 2 ounces rum, 1 ounce lime juice. That's too much lime juice. All right. So I'm going to do 3 ounces of my liqueur and half an ounce of lime juice. That's my take. All right. I'm going to put these bottles back. Give myself a bit of space. And that was there. And get my shaker. Get a nice daiquiri glass. I'll do just a coupe. All right. So, wie geht's? Some ice. Ice. Ice, baby. and my lime juice, which I squeezed. Okay. So we go. Let me get this straight. Yes, I did hear the possibility of a gas shortage in Victoria, which would suck, given that I have gas-powered heating. But we'll see what happens, I guess. All right. So this... Shazam, y'all. And some of this. Give it a little bit of this and a couple of these. I don't like as much citrus in my drinks as a lot of people do. Put the lime in the coconut and shake it all. I'll turn the mic off for a sec in deference to anyone who may be wearing headphones, because this would be loud in headphones. The metal shaker is now painfully cold to hold. So let me get this straight. We put lime in the coconut and shake it all up. There you go. That looks like a daiquiri. Looks like a daiquiri. Does it taste like a daiquiri? That's a big question. I'm going to put my very non-standard... Sorry, here. Garnishes in, just so they absorb a bit more flavor. Because it's anarchy, as far as I'm concerned. Fucking hell. Sorry, I dropped that. I like that. Strictly Sega. Stop, collaborate, and listen. I sit back with brand new mention. Something gets me drunk. Yep. So straight. Oh, again, the privatization of the energy sector in Australia is a criminal act and needs to be reversed. And Safa, judging from Tim Smith's public pronouncements, he's drinking more than ever. Anyway, so this is my first experiment, a daiquiri with my experimental coconut rum liqueur. That's really good. Oh, that is really good. Yum. The way lime juice is not just sour and tart. It is that sensation that it's drying your mouth out, which is an ironic sensation to have for something that, is liquid. But it's almost like you can feel your tongue contracting in a good way. At least I think it's in a good way. It's yum. Oh, that is actually really good. Okay. This is a win. Oh, God. Matthew Guy is a friggin' loser. Did he do something else self-memeing? Did he? And yes, Safa, I did see Morrison saying ridiculous horse shit. He's contemptible garbage. Kirsten, you heard Tim Smith trying to excuse his drink driving. Oh, my God. That's disgusting. He's retrospectively saying my judgment was impaired because I was upset my colleague had cancer. That guy's fucking contemptible. Contemptible piece of garbage. Oh my God, he's reprehensible. Yum. That is actually really good. I probably don't have to keep this in the fridge because it's really high alcohol content. But I also don't know if I have any space on the shelf for it. A quandary. Certainly a quandary. Oh, gosh. It's just after she died. Oh my god, he's awful. He's so fucking awful. Oh no, Safa. Sorry, Strictly Sega. Elon Musk is just vile. Yeah, killed his stepdaughter with his secretary. He's just. I don't know. He's just awful. He's a terrible person, and his reputation for being smart, let alone being a self-appointed genius, is very directly contradicted by his behavior. I mean, call me crazy, but he's shit. Oh, it's so, okay. Sorry, Elon Musk's dad is having a baby with stepdaughter. Elon Musk that just came out had twins with his secretary in the middle of his relationship with Grimes. Ugh, he's just awful. He is an awful person. And he's always non-serious thing of buying Twitter is blowing up in his face. Oh, okay. Thank you for just making it grosser than ever, Kirsten. The stepdaughter was actually 4 when he became the stepdad. Oh my god. Ugh. Seriously, that whole thing. Again, you know, the family money comes from apartheid emerald mines. They're fucking garbage. They are just the fucking garbage clan. Oh, Kirsten, I think you and Saf have the same Freedom Day, Friday. Ugh. Just in time for the weekend. Mrs. Angry and I have decided we're not going to go out anywhere for a while. Just because of the amount of COVID that is circulating and us not being exactly spring chickens. A better strategy than hoping we don't get seriously ill is hoping we don't actually contract COVID. For me, it would be, again, Mrs. Angry hasn't had it yet. But yes, trying to get away with it. See, again, Kirsten, the whole the mines may not have been acquired in an ethical way. Whether they were or not, they weren't operated in an ethical way. They were using essentially slave labor under apartheid. Dr. Abe, you watched Joe Rogan Elon Musk interview, so you don't have to. Hour of Rogan sucking Musk's dick, blowing weed smoke up his ass. Rogan was up. Is this a new one, or is this the one from like a year or two ago? It's just, yeah. Joe Rogan is such a fucking weird person. There's like elements of him that are actively positive, but then he's just got this self-absorbed white guy vibe. It's like, you know, anything he says is genius. It's like sometimes he's inquisitive and open and whatnot, and sometimes he's just credulous and gullible, and sometimes he's a fuckwit. Oh, okay. From a few years ago. Yeah, I certainly never watched it. Yeah. Thank you for the summary. Seems like an accurate summary to me. Ugh. Good Lord. As again, and Joe Rogan is also to me like a quintessential example of a white guy absolutely failing to understand the level of privilege he has as a cishet white guy. He's just like the poster child for that sort of ignorance. He's quite mind-blowing sometimes, actually, just how much he misses the mark is truly astonishing sometimes. But what are you gonna do? Am I right? Am I right? Yeah, it's just fucking clown shoes. He is clown shoes in human form. That's how I feel about him. He is anthropomorphized clown shoes. He is a pair of clown shoes that became semi-self-aware and was able to morph into a vaguely humanoid form. Although Joe Rogan, his head kind of looks like a thumb fucked a hot dog. It's a look. And me being a fat bastard, Rogan fans would go, he's buff, man, you're a fat bastard. I was going, well, he's taking steroids, which are going to kill him. Hello. Sorry. Oh, you're having an early night. Is that what you're telling me?
No, I just thought you were saying hello to me.
No, I was saying, but you were there. They were saying hello because you were there. What do you...
Yes, maybe I'm going.
All right, having a relatively early night. Okay, see you in a bit. Oh yeah. The one where they had weed, which apparently had a negative effect on the Tesla stock price, which is stupid as fuck. And again, I just want to throw out the stock market is horseshit. Like it is good and important to point out cryptocurrencies are absolute horseshit, but the stock market is horseshit. The stock market is horoscopes for rich people. The stock market is fucking garbage. It is meaningless. There used to be a purpose to the stock market, namely, rich people would invest their money in a promising idea for a company to give the smart person money to start the company. And then if the company was successful, the shares would become worth more. So it was more. It used to be a real thing. It used to be a real investment thing. And now it's like a weird combination of the lottery and horoscopes for rich people. And Safa, yeah, dude, NFTs are the worst scam. And it's pretty amazing that humans keep coming up with more extreme scams. Capitalism has created so many scams over the last couple of centuries, from the bloody tulip bulb thing in Holland through to the stock market generally, currency speculation, and crypto is a pretty bad scam, but NFTs are just fucking ridiculous. Oh yeah, no, Strictly Sega, he doesn't own Tesla. He's in stock, and he's definitely going to end up getting kicked off the board of Tesla because he's damaging to the company. He's a ridiculous person. He is a person not to be taken seriously. Oh, Safa, this is a thing from a couple hundred years ago. Tulip bulbs. Okay, you may occasionally see there are some pretty awesome photos in tulip season in Holland. These fields of different colored tulips, they make great photos, and they're worth a lot of money. They're grown as a commercial crop, tulip flowers, and they're worth a lot of money and whatnot. And someone at some point, it's like a couple hundred years ago, had this idea like, you should buy the bulbs because they're cheaper when they're bulbs. And so you invest in the bulbs, and then when they actually turn into tulips, it's worth so much more and you'll make a fortune. And it became this, it was very much like crypto, this hysterical wanting to get in because other people are getting rich. And it created this bubble, and a bunch of fucking people lost a bunch of fucking money. It's weird. Humans are weird, is what I'm saying. Okay, so against doctor's orders, I'm going to make another daiquiri. But again, the doctor who said that was racist against daiquiris. Said they sounded too French. So this is going to be a banana daiquiri. Strictly Sega. Okay. The emu farms and ostrich farms were nowhere near the scale of the Dutch tulip craze. But yeah, there was a thing. When was it? It's like 10, 20 years ago. There was this idea that you could start an emu farm or an ostrich farm and you make money by raising them and slaughtering them and from the meat and the oil that you get. As a thing that starts off as a good idea and then it gets exaggerated by scammers. All right, some lime. This one's a banana daiquiri. All right, and again, out of deference to anyone who may be using headphones, I'll switch the mic off for a sec. Metal shaker, painfully cold to the touch. So here's the thing. I invested buying some shares in a whiskey distillery that was doing an expansion thing here in Victoria. Current distillery, and this is a high-end whiskey distillery. They got a good track record. They tend to mature their whiskey for 5 to 8 years, not like the minimum 3 years that people do. And they want to relocate and expand. They want to relocate to Kensington, sort of Metro Melbourne. And I just went, fuck it, and bought some shares in it. Just because it seemed like fun. I could afford to, and who knows, they might be super successful and 5 or 10 years get bought by a big international distiller or distribution company, and my shares might be worth a lot. Who knows? Who knows? But it was just kind of fun. It reminded me of the thing that Kirsten had told me about ages ago. Some people in Tasmania had this thing. It is very much like the tulip bulb craze. They said, you should buy in advance a barrel of whiskey we're going to distill, because the whole thing, it's expensive and might not make the money. But if you invest at the early stage and put up the money so we can actually do the work to make the whiskey, in 5 years, you get, for investing this much money, you get a barrel which is worth 5 times more than your investment. It's a great investment. It seemed like a good idea because it actually made logical sense. Like, yeah, give a distiller money that they need up front to start the distillation process and defer your return for 5 years or so, and then you get a good return because it's a barrel. It just turned out the people were scammers and they were selling more barrels than they could possibly produce. And they're doing stuff like buying cheap whiskey from somewhere else and putting in barrels. They were just scammers because the same people a couple of years later pulled exactly the same scam, but with cattle in Queensland. It was like, buy a little baby cow and we'll raise it. And then when it's an adult cow and sold for slaughter, it's worth more. So your investment's greater. They were just fucking scammers. And yes, it was Bakery Hill, and they sold shares rather than a barrel for future profit. And they were also very open. Like, you read the offer, they said, you need to understand you could lose all your money. You should only invest money that if you lost it, it would not cause you hardship. And I'm completely on board with that I may have just lost that money. I don't think I have, but who knows? That is also good. The coconut one was better. I have to think of a, not tonight, but another drink to make with this banana rum liqueur. Maybe a zombie, actually. Maybe use some of that in a zombie. That would probably work. Put some other rums in as well and some juices. But the coconut one makes it a fucking great daiquiri. This is not bad. This banana daiquiri, not bad. Oh no, Kirsten, you have no ice cream? Oh no. No. No, because ice cream is great. And having a craving for ice cream and not having any, that's terrible. Safa, should gambling be illegal? Okay, actual prohibition is very ineffective. But also, gambling is a terrible fucking evil and needs to be administered much more strictly than it is at the moment, quite honestly. Complex question, Safa. Thank you for asking it. Well, Dr. Abigail, you're selling shares in Abigail Jerky? When you die, you're going to have your body freeze framed, desiccated, sliced. Sell shares in Abigail Jerky. There's a market for it, I think. And yes, Safa, I'm with you, bro. I fucking hate the sports bets ads and the other sports betting ads. They are spawn of Satan. I fucking hate them. They fucking suck. Good, Dr. Abigail. You're reminding me of one of the funny plot lines in an early season of Rake, an ABC series about a lawyer who's a very dodgy person, a very bad person, in fact. And at one point, he gets the job of defending a guy who was a cannibal. And it's like he found someone through the internet who wanted to be eaten. So this guy, the cannibal guy, didn't kill this guy. It's like this guy killed himself. And in fact, I think actually sliced some bits off the guy while he was still alive and ate them. And so he was arrested more because this guy died. And the cops thought, obviously, this guy's going to jail. And then they realized there was no actual law on the books about cannibalism. There's laws about murder and whatnot, but the dead guy had made video depositions saying, this is a thing I want. He's not coercing me into doing it, and I'm going to kill myself. It's fucking wild. Strictly Tager, you'd like some form of protection. Old people with dementia going into pubs don't want to. Oh, yeah, no. Pokies are fucking evil. Sports bets evil. But again, prohibition tends to not work. Oh, God, Dr. Abigail, you had a partner with addiction to pokies. Yeah, and you should hate the gambling industry. You should fucking hate. People will always gamble. So that's why prohibition just means criminals control the gambling. Mind you, the people controlling the gambling now are fucking criminals. But yeah, it's a complicated issue. It needs more regulation than it has now. But yeah, I'm also quite firmly of the opinion prohibition doesn't work. So yeah, but oh God, the gambling industry. Fuck those guys. So strictly saying, like American with guns, would it hurt to make it harder to lose? Yes. No, it should be more difficult to lose all your money. And the way governments get dependent on the gambling industry for tax is sick and unhealthy. It's not good. It is It is very much not good. Yeah. It's like we live in a weird, fucked up world. And, you get this stage where you go, oh man, I don't know what to do about it. And yes, Dr. Abbey, I agree. It does seem like the gambling lobby has bought a lot of politicians. Needs more regulation than it has now. And Safa, casinos were very rare until the 90s. I remember Hobart had a casino in the 70s, I think. And that was a big thing. Ooh, there's a casino in Hobart. I'm trying to think, and then there was one in Adelaide. I honestly think Sydney and Melbourne were like the last ones to get to casinos. But they got really big casinos when they got them. Yeah. What's fun is there's a country town in sort of northern New South Wales called Casino. Doesn't have a casino. Oh, yeah, strictly saying, Monte Carlo is one of the most famous gambling cities. Yeah, there were, a couple of small European countries that had really liberal gambling laws. And because the government or monarchs of those countries were taking huge kickbacks, Monte Carlo, Monaco, and I'm sure there were others. And of course, Vegas passed the special rules about gambling and whatnot. So you had this ridiculous city sprout up in the desert. Safa, well, close is a relative term, man. Casino's closer to Dubbo than Melbourne is, but it isn't particularly close. It's a couple of hours away. I had cousins, like my mum's brother moved to Casino. Who the fuck knows why? I think it's for teaching. He was a teacher. I tell you what, this banana liqueur daiquiri, not bad. But the coconut liqueur, better. So I think the banana liqueur might be better in something else. Oh, Kirsten, you've been to the Monte Carlo casino and you found it boring. Okay. Fair enough. It's not a part of the world I've explored. Seriously, I might know. Is there a difference between Vegas and Atlantic City? Oh, God. No, Reno's in Nevada. Reno is a boring version of Vegas. It's also in Nevada. Atlantic City is in a different state. Atlantic City is kind of gets described as like a senior citizen version of Vegas. It's funny, when I visited Vegas, it's because my partner at the time, had family there. So rather than staying anywhere touristy, we were staying in the suburbs with people who live there. And so my experience of Vegas was very different to most outsiders. I really fucking enjoyed it because I'm not that big in gambling. But I love the spectacle of Vegas. Like, they spend so much fucking money on getting you to blow all your money in the casinos. It's wild. The entertainment, the light shows, the fountains, the whatnot is fucking amazing. Oh God, and the buffets. The food in Vegas, it is wild. And I remember I think it was my last night in Vegas. It's either my last or second last night in Vegas. I just said, you know what I'm doing? I was by myself. I go, I'm walking the strip. And I'm going to stop in every casino and I'm going to put some money in a slot machine and just go chung, 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 chung. Then I'm going to leave and I'm going to go to the next casino. And in one of them, I almost want to. Most of them have a big novelty slot machine, and I was going, yeah, I'm gonna have a go at each of the big novelty slot machines. And one of them is like, the 3 wheels spin around, and there's the payoff line, and the jackpot ones were all just half a click below the payoff line, and they were in a perfect line, but just chink, 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 just half a click below the payoff line. Now, the payoff on a jackpot on this machine was only a couple of $1,000s, but it would have completely paid for the holiday if I'd have got it. But I didn't get it. I missed it by that much. But it was fun. I just went, I'm just going to walk the strip, and there's like 20 big casinos, but then there's like 40 small casinos. And I'm just going to go into each one. I'm going to find their novelty machine. I'm going to stick a coin in, and I'm going to pull. It had to be pull the handle. I don't want anything where you touch a damn button. That's boring. Had to be something where you pull a handle. That's the fucking juice there. Pull the handle. I did not win anything. So, yeah. I met some guys on the street, some dudes who were football players, American football players, and they were a pretty big deal. And I don't know why they were talking to me, but they heard my accent and they go, "Where are you from?" And I was like, "Australia." And they're like, "Oh, we're supposed to, oh God, we got to fly down there and do this exhibition thing." And like, I don't want to do it, man. It's like a 24-hour flight. And I went, yeah, man, it's a 24-hour flight. It's really fucking shit. And they were nice guys. And then I remember they came to Australia, did this exhibition thing, and one of them got made notorious in Australian media because he said, "No, I don't like coming down here because it was like an entire fucking day flying, and that was bullshit." And Australians going, "So that's what we have to do." It's like, yeah, dude, he's right. He's right. He could fly to Europe in a couple of hours, but he's got to spend an entire fucking day on a plane to get to Australia. He's absolutely right to say this is bullshit. And yes, Abigail, I get the machines are programmed to give you a bunch of near misses. Safa, excellent question. When did I go to Vegas? It was about... Christ, it was like 21, 22 years ago. It was something like that. Because young Mr. Angry wasn't born. So it was about... He was born in 2000. It's probably 99? So that's actually like 22, 23 years ago. Something like 22 or 23 years ago. Because young Ms. Angry was there. She was the bub. Showing off to all her slightly removed family. Hey, Mimsy, do you want to come up here and say hello? She does. She wants to come up and say hello. Come on. I'll adjust the camera so Mimsy can say hello. There she is. Mimsy, Mimsy. Hey, hello. Yeah, that's a hello meow. Hello, Mimsy. All right, there you go. So, yeah, Safa, they did an NFL exhibition game. It was like 98, 99, something like that. But yeah, weird coincidence. I met those guys just before they had to come out to Australia for it. So we were just walking down the strip talking for a while. And they were nice guys. But, hello, silly cat. And I remember being in a taxi at one point in Vegas, and because my accent, the taxi driver knew I wasn't there, he showed me a menu from one of the brothels. I think it was the famous one, the Chicken Ranch. It was set up like a menu for a restaurant. And because he'd like, I can take you there. Because I think he got kickbacks for anyone he took out there. And I went, no, dude, I'm fine. Pansu, hello. I'm glad you appreciate the epic cat moment. Safa, no fucking idea, man. No fucking idea. I don't remember who it was. It's a sport thing. I never remember details about sport. What you doing, Mimsy? I will be. Oh, no, 20 minutes. I'll go to bed in a while. But it is time to drink water now. I should be drinking water. I'm going to put that in there. I'm going to eat my cherry. Do you want the cherry? Do you want the cherry? No. Yeah. I held it in front of her and she's gonna. It looks like she was gonna sniff it and nick it, and I'm like, no, you can't lick my cherry. I don't want that. I fucking love these Luxardo cherries. They're so good. Incidentally, for work today, I had to give a presentation to management people, in fact. And so I deliberately wore this, and I was doing like with Microsoft Teams, so I had a fake background behind me. So I did like a tropical island background behind me while wearing my tiki shirt. I was like, this is just to brighten up your day because we've had so much rain and wind in Melbourne in the last week. I thought I'd create the illusion that we were somewhere better. And the presentation went really well. So I'm a ledge. Okay. Right, I'm pretty happy with how my tiki day went. Oh, Mimsy, I'm just getting some water, Mimsy. Nothing to worry about. Calm down. All right. Being a sophisticated motherfucker and drinking my water out of my cocktail glass. What are you doing, Mimsy? Come on, you go over and you go on your climbing island. Come on. You go on your climbing island and I'll adjust the fucking camera again. Go up here. What are you doing? Go up here. Look, okay, I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you. Come on. Go up here. There, you go up there. We'll adjust the camera so your fans can see you. And I'll give you pats. I'll give you pats and scratches. Yes. There you go. That's a nice thing, isn't it, Mimsy? Yes. Yes. It's very nice. So good, Mimsy. So good. Come on, you rest. You relax. Oh my God, she's so bony. Like patting her down there, I just feel all her spine and her hips. It's not pleasant, quite honestly. Whereas Shadow is a little fatty. She's quite nice to pat. She's very patted. Oh, this is better, isn't it, Mimsy? Giving her a scratch on the cheek and the chin. Yeah, there you go. She's happy to just sit there. When I go to bed, she'll follow me into bed and sit on the bed. Shadow's probably already on the bed. They're a pair of weird cats. They're weird in different ways, but they're both weird. Aren't you? Aren't you a weirdie? So I'm going to do something new with the barrels as well. Just mentioning this stuff, I actually had 2 bottles of this. One I split in half to make these liqueurs I was tasting tonight, but the other one is in one of the barrels. So I got to taste what it's like barrel aged, and then I'm probably going to dilute it because it's going to be a bit too punchy to drink. I've got the barrel aged vodka. I probably need to take that out. It's been in there a couple months, and so I've got to put new stuff in the barrels. What I'm thinking is, because I discovered a new cocktail I super like recently called Death and Taxes. I think I'm going to barrel age that because it seemed very yummy. Safa, excellent question. How long do I take to fall asleep usually? Often not that long, because when I go to bed, I've got to put all my headgear on. I've got to put my CPAP machine on. So I've got this sort of elastic thing that goes around my head that goes under my chin that's supposed to stop me from opening my mouth because the CPAP machine that goes over my head is just a little hose that goes under my nose. There's nothing going up my nose. It just sits under my nose. And if my mouth opens while that's there, it's like, and this is blowing nose up my mouth. And if my mouth's open, it comes out my mouth and makes a lot of noise, and annoys Mrs. Angry, but also dries my mouth and throat out. So it's a bad thing. So I got this other sort of elastic thing that sits under my chin that's meant to make it less likely for my mouth to be open. So it's a whole fucking thing. So sometimes I go to sleep quite quickly because actually the air from the CPAP machine kind of lulls me to sleep quite a bit. But for instance, last night, I feel like it took me ages to go to sleep. I was just lying there going, fuck, I'm not asleep yet. Fuck. I'm going to slightly change my position. On my back, on my side. I'm sort of 3/4, half on my back, half on my side. And I feel like last night it took me ages to go to sleep. It's a long time since I've given up. Every now and then I just straight up fucking give up trying to go to sleep. And I take all the headgear off and I go and sit in the lounge room and watch something quiet until I get really sleepy. Then I go back into bed. I haven't done that for a while. But last night I wasn't that far off it. I felt like I just wasn't going to sleep last night. Mimi's in a bit of a regal mood, sitting up on her perch, having attention paid to her. That's the way it should be, isn't it, Mimsy? You should have lots of attention paid to you. Yeah, what are we? Fucking 19th of July. Jesus Christ, this year's just flying back, isn't it? Oh, well, I'm just kind of looking forward to... There's stuff starting on the streaming services in the next couple of weeks I really want to watch. Notably, The Sandman on Netflix, which I've been waiting for 20 years. And I think the Lord of the Rings prequel, The Rings of Power, starts in August as well. So 2 big debuts in August. So we'll see what that's like. Safa, that's an excellent one. Listening to Rain on YouTube. Here's another one. If you want relaxation, look up on YouTube something called bilateral stimulation. It's a thing where the stereo thing shifts between your ears, and it's meant to help. Pansu, you do ASMR? Doesn't have talking or anything? Yeah, that's another thing. Dr. Abigail, I'm reserving judgment. I think the internet has made people very bad at making a decision about something before they've seen it. What I'm taking it as is they've used the Tolkien source material as inspiration. Because let's get real, a bunch of Tolkien's writings, and because I've been listening to the Silmarillion audiobook, racist as fuck. So fucking racist. Like you literally had, the elves and the good humans being like Aryans and the bad humans being swarthy, either Eastern or brown-skinned. So let's get real. A lot of Tolkien's writing was racist as fuck. So I'm kind of okay with, conceptually, I'm okay with people just using it as inspiration. I'm reserving judgment. Oh, yes. Lo-fi beats. Apparently, they stopped streaming live after several years of streaming live. Lo-fi beats for studying and working. But obviously, they're pre-recorded ones. Pansu, I haven't finished Arcane Season 1. I don't binge it. I watch episodes now. But I think it's very good. I think Arcane is very good. If you've missed it, it's on Netflix. It's an animated series. inspired by League of Legends, and I actually think it's really good. Oh yeah, no, Dr. Abigail, I knew you wouldn't have a problem with the dark-skinned elf. I'm just talking generally. I expect them to change some of the canon Tolkien stuff. Again, ignoring his racism, ignoring all that. Just I kind of expect them to change the story to do it. Well, again, and there may well be stuff that would make me angry as well, but we'll see. I'm reserving judgment until it's there. Yeah. So, Kirsten. Oh, was it a copyright takedown that stopped them streaming live? Damn, that sucks. So, Strictly say, Philly D mentioned the other day, Tony got unbanned after posting to Twitter and YouTube. Fuck. Again, fuck the big media companies. Okay, copyright to protect artists and creators is important. Copyright as a profit tool for corporate entities is bullshit. So, well, Dr. Abigail, I kind of share your trepidation that maybe the Rings of Power is going to suck and they will have changed stuff too much, but I'll reserve judgment till it's actually there, because people react stupid, and I'm a people, so I'm included in this. People react stupidly all the time. One I love to draw people's attention to is, and this is the very early days of the internet, arcing up and losing their fucking shit at the concept of Heath Ledger. God, I forgot his name for a sec. Heath Ledger playing the Joker, because he had been most famous for being basically a teen heartthrob, and yet all these comic book nerds losing their shit when they heard that Heath Ledger had been cast as the Joker in a Batman movie. And I think any rational person would agree that that early freaking out about Heath Ledger was complete horseshit, because he was an exceptionally good Joker. So I'm as prone to anyone as seeing something and going, oh my God, that looks fucking terrible. But I try very hard to stay rational and reserve judgment till I actually see it. So Shrika Sega, and interestingly, copyright the Pepe doco feels good, man. Oh yeah, no, that was interesting, because Pepe the Frog was appropriated by right-wing fuckheads to be a hate meme, and he did have some power to the public. Yeah, I haven't seen that doco, so I don't know what's in it. Kirsten, you're saying it's outrageous that I define as people. I'm fairly outrageous, honestly. And Panzer, yes, the way people get angry about stuff that doesn't exist yet is a bit weird. And I think I'm guilty of it too. I try not to be. So Struka saying, oh yes. Yeah, no. He was able to shut down anyone trying to sell merch with Pepe on it. Yes. Oh God, Jared Leto fucking sucked, Safi. You're right, he let you walk all over him. So, Abigail, what you see in the trailer, they completely messed up Galadriel and Fingolfin, possibly even Elrond. The trailer made you angry. But, okay, here's the funny thing. I'd rather be pleasantly surprised than disappointed, because sometimes the thing comes along and you have high hopes for it and you end up being bitterly disappointed. And part of it, at least sometimes, is because you put stupid expectations onto a thing. Like the thing objectively is better than you feel it is because you put your expectations on it. So it's nice sometimes to be pleasantly surprised. For instance, the other one I mentioned was The Sandman, which, okay, what gives me hope is Neil Gaiman's been an active part of it. But when I see what they've released with teasers and trailers, they are clearly making very significant changes to the story. Probably not the spine of the story, but elements of it. There are clearly from the trailer some significant changes. And of course, casting wise, Dream's librarian in the books was an old white guy, and in the TV series is a younger looking black woman, but she kind of looks cool. And there's another race. I think Death might be black as well. I'm trying to remember, but other bits of the casting, like Desire, who is even in the comics, Desire is androgynous, and it depends on your point of view whether you see Desire as masculine or feminine. And in the TV series, Desire is being played by a non-binary actor, and they look really fucking good. Oh, that's the other one. Gwendolyn Christie is playing Lucifer. Gwendolyn Christie, possibly most famous as Brienne of Tarth in Game of Thrones, but the instant I saw her as Lucifer, because again, in the Sandman comics, Lucifer did alter their form in various things, but Gwendolyn Christie, I feel, is going to make a fucking excellent Lucifer. So you can say you refuse to watch the trailer for Clerks 3. His last 3 films have been hot garbage. I don't know. Yeah, Clerks 3 might be shit. I actually watched the trailer. Might be shit, might be good. So, Abigail, your thing is Lord of the Rings. Oh, yeah, same. I read in high school, I read The Lord of the Rings every year. And in fact, in 1 year, I read it 3 times in the 1 year. So Lord of the Rings was my high school. And yes, it is quite possible the Rings of Power will be very disappointing. We'll see, basically. Pantsu, you need some restraint, media blackout thing. Oh yeah, trailers often spoil too much. That sums it up, actually. That you've hit the nail on the head. Trailers often spoil too much or set the wrong expectations. So we'll see. I probably have more emotionally riding on the Sandman. Not probably, I definitely have more emotionally riding on the Sandman series than the Rings of Power. Rings of Power, I'm just like, let's just see what it is. Sandman, I have a fair bit of emotional investment in, quite honestly. So seems like they're changing some stuff. And again, because Neil Gaiman's involved, I think it's literally he's taken the opportunity to go, I want to tell some parts of the story differently. It's like I want to keep the soul of the story the same, but I want to tell some parts of the story differently. Dr. Abigail, okay, you never read any Sandman comics. Here's the thing. When I was at uni, late 80s, I was for fun. I was reading like 2000 AD comics, Judge Dredd comics. And so I don't know when Sandman started, late 80s, early 90s. A friend said, you'd probably really like the Sandman comics. You should read those. And written by Neil Gaiman. And I didn't even realize Neil Gaiman had actually written some one-shots for 2000 AD. But anyway, I did remember someone said, there's this guy called Neil Gaiman, writes a comic called The Sandman. You should read. And I was like, oh, yeah. Anyway, one day I was in a bookshop and I was just looking in their sale bin and they had some graphic novels. And there was one called Miracle Man. It was written by Neil Gaiman and it was really cheap. It was only a few dollars. And I thought, Hey, that's that Neil Gaiman guy people said I should read. Okay, this is pretty cheap. I'm going to get this and read it. And it blew my fucking mind. It's like, I didn't know you could get storytelling of this depth in comics. Ooh. And so then I ended up seeking out Sandman, which was still running at that point, and I became a big Sandman fan. Neil Gaiman, very good storyteller. And because he's hugely influenced by the classical storytellers, everything from Norse legends through to sort of, Shakespeare and Middle English storytellers. Pantsu Feuds video game. Oh God, trailers for video games can be fucking terrible. Setting false expectations. Oh my God, that's wild. Well, stop. Yeah, no. I think you're absolutely right. Trailers and gameplay shit for video games can be way fucking worse than trailers for movies or TV shows, because the number of times trailers or gameplay video released for video games have set a completely false expectation of what the video game does. I think that's a bigger issue than movies and TV shows, quite honestly. That's a hot take to finish the stream on. So, okay, Mimsy, we're going to go to bed now. And we're going to say goodnight to all these fine people and hope they have a good time. So, I'm going to go to bed now. Won't be doing a stream tomorrow night. I'm going to be watching some stuff with Mrs. Angry. I don't actually know what I'm going to be watching. But Mimsy's sneezing. What made you sneeze, Mimsy? Probably be back on Thursday night. So Safa, we'll do a Thursday night stream for your last night in ISO, Kirsten's last night in ISO. So I hope you all take care. I'll see you another time. But I'll say